So we're in Lake Charles, and Lake Charles is a place where the mullet has been in style from 80s, 90s, 2000s, and then that 20-year era where it wasn't in style, they never even do it. And they passed through there, and now it's back, and they still have it. It's that kind of place. So we went to Lake Charles, we adopted. Why don't you put up the picture of us in the, there we are. Ryder Moses. And then as of Friday, put up the next picture. Okay, so here's the funny thing about this picture. I was forbidden to show the picture of us in court with the judge because some of us didn't put our makeup on that morning. And so this picture has nothing to do with like the court thing, but apparently I was supposed to show this picture because we look cute. This is a picture of us with our baby, but the real picture is us with the judge, and the judge actually adopted two kids himself. And the lady that was taking the notes was crying through our whole thing because the birth mom, only God can turn a bad thing into not a good thing, but actually a better thing. Only God can do that. So we're sitting in there and the birth mom is with us. The birth mom of the baby that we adopted is with us in the room, and the lady taking notes, she's crying because they said this has never happened. We're kind of the family of never happened. Process paperwork faster than anyone. No, sorry. But anyways, in the meantime, we're waiting in the waiting room before this happens, and this it was really a sobering thing, and it's what a place. You've got families going in this room to adopt babies, and then families going in this room with this kid. He's 15 years old. This is where I might break down. Okay. He's in cuffs behind his hand, and he's in ankle cuffs, and the cops ushering him in, and they're going to try him. He's probably 15 years old. He'll be thrown into the system. And I just had this thought, and not to be negative about the birth mom, because she actually is amazing. She just had a rough go in life, but she's amazing. But I had this thought, that could have been Ryder. You know? And in that moment, like answering that call where we felt the Holy Spirit, like, would you do it? We were just like, heck yeah, we're going to do it. You know, it's just like saying yes before you know all the little details, you know, the bumps in the road, saying yes. We said yes. And some of you today, you know, some of you wives are like, I told you we need to adopt. So here's the thing though I did with Jen, like in that moment I said, okay, but we have some ground rules. Night nanny. Night nanny. That's the first ground rule. Do you know what a night nanny is? A night nanny is someone that comes and watches your baby at night. See, we have 4 kids. You're supposed to laugh. Because if you have kids, you know that like not sleeping at night is the worst thing. And I told her, like, our world can't completely stop. So if you're a husband in this room and you're getting the nudge, make some rules up with your wife. But I will say this. It is one thing that we can do as Christians. There's like 500 kids in America that need to be adopted. And I like to do things that I can get my hands dirty, I can feel what I'm giving into. So we've been around the church for our entire lives, and I've been at the big conferences all over the world, and I've given big checks into big offerings. And I call it like the black hole, where you throw a check in and you have no idea. And any good businessman or investor in this room, here, wants to be connected to where they're putting their money. And as Christians, I'm just like, I can't say this any louder, but I think one way that we can really change the world is that tangible, practical, we adopt someone that more or less might be thrown into that system. And we can change their life. Not only change their life, but he changes our life. It's like a devil 1-2 punch. Like, we're getting a son, and we're changing his life. Anyways, enough about adoption, but you should. You should. Unless you can't handle it, then give so someone else can adopt. And we're going to do that in a few weeks.